And as you met before, this is Zane Yusuf Brandon Egger from our Communications for IT Professional Study Group. Now, we are currently trying to find information on a professional IT career through the combination of study and the use of an interview in order to enlighten other students on possible job opportunities that could be available after finishing their respective courses. First of all, can you please introduce yourself for us?
My name's John. I work in the IT division at UTS. I typically work in some form of tech support, or I cover the knowledge administrator position. At the moment though, I'm kind of working on a project.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
So what is a knowledge administrator and what are the roles that are usually undertaken in this profession?
Knowledge administrator, it's just the title we use at UTS. It's sort of similar to knowledge management, or exactly the same more or less. Basically, it involves supervising, creating, maintaining, editing, and overall just managing the communications and information inside an organisation, in this case UTS or the IT part of UTS. Specifically here, for example, that involves if the IT department has internal communications, for example, documents that we use to do our job or anything like that. It involves managing that, managing instructional documents on the online or on the service desk system or various other systems that we've got, which help people to use the systems at UTS. If we're going to bring a system down or we're going to upgrade a system or something like that, it also involves managing the process of communicating that to the rest of the university, so staff and students. There's a whole bunch of different assets to the job, but it basically involves anything that concerns knowledge, information, or communication.
So what got you interested in this field initially?
I actually did get interested in this field because I wanted to help run the department more efficiently, and knowledge and communication is a very important part of that. We've got some money to do things, and all sorts of stuff that happens works quite well here. But the biggest drawback in our division that I saw was that we were doing things without adequately communicating them or adequately recording the things that we were doing, so that we couldn't have knowledge in reserve for when things broke down. I mean, people would set up a system and then move on. They would go to another job or quit, and we didn't have adequate knowledge about how the system worked, recorded somewhere for new people to pick up and be able to fix things. And so I wanted to help with that.
Okay, cool. Well, as a knowledge administrator, can you please describe what you would do on a normal day-to-day basis?
So at UTS, some typical tasks might include, once you get into work, checking and responding to the IT feedback email, which I don't know if you know about it, but it's mentioned in orientation, so if you went to that. Checking and responding to feedback comments on knowledge articles, so if you do look up things online, you can usually often leave comments about them and they come to the knowledge administrator, who can respond to your comments, whether they're just general advice or if you've got a problem. Updating the general IT information that's disseminated to staff and students. So for example, we've got some screens around campus with information on them. Typically at around the support counters, we've got screens with information, and that gets updated by the knowledge administrator. Fielding and editing new articles for the knowledge base, so trying to keep it up to date, which is probably not happening really well right at the moment because we're sort of in a state of transition between systems. But yeah, trying to get the people who know the things that we want to record to actually write them down, and then editing those documents and hosting them on our systems and stuff like that. And often there's usually some sort of project going on as well.
Okay. So what qualifications and experience are needed to get a job like one at yours at UTS?
Normally, look, my own experience and advice is that if you're interested in something, you can eventually get a job at it if you're persistent. My own qualifications are, I have a TAFE certificate in IT support, I have an engineering degree in telecommunications, various industry certificates, and I've worked here for a long time, so I kind of know how the university runs and the IT division runs. I would imagine that if you had qualifications in communications or journalism or database and information retrieval systems, things like that, they would also be able to get you a job in related fields. The field can be very communicative, as in it could be very communication based, and a journalism degree could help there. or it can be very technical, sort of like database administration, and an IT degree or a more specialist degree can help you there, a technical degree. So it sort of runs a range.
Okay.